What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have signed wide receiver James Washington. James Washington goes about 5'11", about 195 pounds. He is one of those guys that formerly played with the Pittsburgh Steelers and one season with the Dallas Cowboys. But James Washington is one of those wide receivers that's a very explosive wide receiver, runs really good routes, and played with the likes of Ben Roethlisberger when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he is one of those guys that's only 28 years old. He dealt with a couple of injuries over the last couple seasons, but he is one of those guys that I think could possibly make this Atlanta Falcons roster. He's a guy that can both catch short passes and can run the intermediate and deep routes. So he's a guy that can play the outside wide receiver positions and also play in the slot. He's a guy that they used in Pittsburgh in a lot of different ways. A guy that's very good when the football's in his hands. But they used him to run reverses. They used him to throw, bubble screens, but they also used him all over the field. So he's a wide receiver that pretty much can do it all. But I definitely like this pickup by the Atlanta Falcons, bringing in James Washington, a veteran guy. He was actually coached by Ike Hilliard, who's currently our wide receivers coach. And he was basically coached in Pittsburgh by Ike Hilliard and James Washington. So I definitely think that this is a good signing for the Atlanta Falcons. This basically just adds more depth to this Atlanta Falcons team. And I definitely think that he can push some of these young guys that are currently on the roster to possibly make this roster. And also he can offer some mentorship to some of the younger wide receivers on this team. And being that he's played for Coach Ike Hilliard, they have that relationship. So I definitely think that this is a great signing by the Falcons, adding a guy that can run routes and do a lot of different things. He puts me in the mind of Aldrick Robinson. When the Falcons signed him back in 2016, we went to the Super Bowl. He was a veteran guy, but a guy who could run all of the different routes, could do a lot of different things, kind of a jack of all trades. And that's something that James Washington is really good at as well, as a guy that can do it all. He played his college ball at Oklahoma State, but he's a very explosive playmaker. If you go look up his highlights and things of that nature when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he made a lot of big plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers when they had Ben Roethlisberger. But due to some of his injuries and due to the Pittsburgh Steelers having a lot of wide receivers, guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, guys like Deontay Johnson, he ended up kind of falling out of the rotation because of his injuries, and they decided not to re-sign him after his rookie deal was over. So he played one season with the Dallas Cowboys back in 2022, but he didn't play a whole lot because he had a foot injury. So this definitely, like I stated, is a really good signing for the Atlanta Falcons. I definitely think that James Washington could add, a different dynamic to this team. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on James Washington being signed by the Atlanta Falcons. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.